just had it open for a little bit. It wasn't crazy hot, but
I mean, the weather is good today.
yes.
I'm surprised. We usually have exactly 3 days like this, in Charlotte, but we've had on and off a couple of weeks worth.
Yeah, it's been pretty pleasant.
Easy for you to say.
I know. I'm tripping over words all the time. I dislike that, but it happens. Yeah. I'm human, as far as you know. Welcome to the Rubber Duck Syndicate.
Whereas O is probably not a robot.
I'm not. I pass all the authentication things. I put the check mark in there.
Click if you're not a robot. Like, ha!
I was
Fooled
like,
you!
ha! Got you today. I'm going to sign up for this. You won't even know it.
I'm on Instagram now.
I'm already on there, but...
Of course, robots laugh like...
yeah. Because they have to put their fingers together.
So someone spent a lot of time programming that particular laugh into our evil robot overlords.
Yeah, because they're all billionaires.
Yeah.
They laugh so fucking weird. I've seen a couple of so-called billionaires. Well, not so-called. They are billionaires. Laughing at different shit, and it's not really particularly funny, but they're laughing, and it just sounds so fucking weird because it's not natural. It's
like they're laughing, and no one that they've ever been around has had the courage to tell them that it's wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of like they read about the word laughter and how it's supposed to be, and then they tried it themselves, and then no one corrected them.
Mario Van Peebles Solo.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
I have seen bits and pieces.
He plays a military robot, and one of the main plot points is he's learning how to laugh. And ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's that movie is special. Also, it has William Sadler in it, so we love William Sadler. But yeah, that movie, I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I remember the Mario Van Peebles as a robot trying to laugh and almost figuring it out.
There have been so many movies and shows about, I guess, robots or cyborgs or whatever you want to call it, to try to be human at some point. Because another example of that is Small Wonder.
Small Wonder. Wow, there's a show that some people. There's a conspiracy that it never actually existed.
What?
Well, I believe that's a conspiracy because you can't find anything about it or the actress that played what the hell was the girl's name? Vicky. Yeah, you can't find anything about it anywhere. I mean, I of course, saying this out loud, I said, well, Google search is going to prove me to be an ignorant asshole.
Yeah, but if
I looked once and I couldn't find anything.
Maybe because it's caught up in the copyright hill, where some shows can, if some people have the rights to it, they can be just distribute it. They're oh yeah, if you want to watch Small Wonder, cool, here you go. But the fact that you can't really, I haven't searched, but I'm pretty sure somebody recorded, VHS of it and then uploaded it later on. But the fact that nobody was gonna know that Small Wonder didn't exist, I remember it.
But there are, I know that there's been at least one or two plot points in other shows from the last 15, 20 years that have referred not specifically to Small Wonder, but have referred to this person that I know now. This, I swear she was that actress, and she never confirms it until the very end. We say, yeah, that was me.
Okay.
But now I'm getting even more vague with my references.
The only other, I guess, actor that I can think of that would do that is, I'm probably going to say her name wrong, Soleil Moon Frye.
Soleil Moon Frye? Yeah, yes. She was Punky Brewster, right?
She was Punky Brewster.
Yeah. And she was not, I thought that was the same actress that was the rival girl from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but it wasn't her, no. But I don't know where that rumor came from.
That's totally different because Punky was in essentially the mid 80s, I guess
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Correct. I was just thinking about it. I was okay.
That was late 90s, right?
Yeah, that was mid 90s.
So it would attract. I mean, it should have been the right age.
It could have been, but
even though I think Sabrina, was it Melissa Joan Hart? I think she was one of those actors that she was able to play a child or at least a younger version of herself for probably a decade or two.
Yeah, because like I'm pretty sure like maybe at that point I'm not exactly sure. She's supposed to be playing a high schooler. She's supposed to be like 16, 17, around that age. Most likely she was probably like 20 or 21 at that time.
I think she was probably mid to late 20s at that point.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She just, I mean, because she was Clarissa. That was our first introduction to her. Clarissa explains it all. Yeah. So I think, I'm not sure exactly how old she was in that, but that was early 90s.
Yeah, and she probably was like a teenager at that time.
Yeah, but I think she would have probably been like upper teens. But she has had a youthful appearance for most of her career, and has played young characters for almost all of it.
Correct, and she had her younger brother was like what, Ferguson? I think it was like his
something
name,
like that. Yeah,
I want to say it was Ferguson.
And that poor kid like went through absolutely exhausting puberty on national television.
Yeah, I feel so.
No, that was Sam, like her best friend Sam that came to the window with the ladder.
Yeah,
he was the one that was like between one season and the next, he grew like 1.5 feet and had like acne that would scare people. I mean that.
Yeah, and you also can't just write him off.
Yeah, I mean because he was a major character, and he was basically like the foil. He was like the one that got into all the hijinks with her.
Yeah, because like he was essentially a bad influence. He's like, I'm going to come up to your, like, I'm not going to use the front door or acknowledge your parents. I'm going to come directly to your window, and we're going to do some wild shit.
Yeah, which, if you had that entire setup anywhere near any other program besides Nickelodeon. It's like, okay, so yeah, they're high school age. She's a pretty girl. He's a guy that climbs up to her window with a ladder. Yeah, this is not innocent.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And maybe that was due to some of the writing, because there were problematic writers at that time.
Oh, Nickelodeon problematic? What?
I know there's a whole documentary about that, which I need to get around to. But
yeah, I haven't seen it either. But I've heard enough, and I know, man, it's like my childhood has been retroactively tainted because of that. Because like I used to love watching Nickelodeon, but you can imagine like the kids that were on Nickelodeon. Those, yeah.
I feel some type of way about that, because they were child actors, and the parents were like, essentially maybe their parents were pushing them like, yeah, keep going, and I'm like, because they're making money while they're being abused in all types of ways. And they still had to like show up, still do the show, still pretend like it's all right, still pretend like everything is great.
I mean, it's a wonder that any of them, came out as well adjusted as they did.
Some didn't.
Yeah, some definitely had some after effects.
Yeah. There's a lot where I'm like, oh, your life has been completely ruined because of what happened to you from the age of 12 to age 17. That is, a period in time you're like, oh, that's what, like 5-6 years? Whatever it is.
17 minus 12.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to math it right now. Fuck you and math.
It's 5.
It is.
Yes, it is 5. Today's algebra lesson brought to you by the letter O.
No, it's not even simple algebra. That is just mathematics. It's just regular ass math. I didn't want to do it. I did it in my head. I was right, and I just didn't trust myself. But in the grand scheme of things, hey, I'm talking about something serious, man.
And I'm trying desperately not to smile.
I'm definitely talking about child abuse. Stop smiling.
I'm laughing about the math, not the child abuse.
Okay. Look at him. But, you put that in the scale of like, okay, that's 5 years. In the grand scheme of life, that is like 5 years of life. That doesn't seem like that long, but that is being abused over the
but by the time you're 17, 5 years is more than a third of your life.
Yeah, and then that still carries on with you the entire life. So that's horrific, and I feel bad for them. Like I'm glad that some people made it, some people got over that, and some people are still very much affected by it, but they carry it on. And some people got punished for it. Hopefully, in the worst possible way. Like the worst possible way. I want them. People wish death upon people. Don't do that. Don't wish death upon someone.
Wish justice on people, but not death.
No, I want this, and I think I explained it to you maybe one time. So, I want this type of punishment for any person that does something that's extremely wrong or vile. Every time they need to swipe their debit credit card, they have to swipe it at least 3 to 4 times. Like every time, like the first time they swipe it, it gets denied. Second time they swipe it, it gets denied again. Third time, it'll work after the third time. Maybe sometimes. But the fourth time, that's when it goes. I want it to be such an inconvenience and embarrassment for that person all the freaking time.
I agree with your passion for this plan, but I feel compelled to point out that cash is still a thing that exists.
It is, but how often do people carry cash?
Well, if their debit card didn't work every 5 tries, they would carry it more.
Yeah, but when they go to the ATM, they put their thing in, denied, or it says like 0 balance. They're like, fuck. Then they have to go into the bank. They go into the bank. Every time they go in, there's going to be at least 4 people in front of them. And every person wants to open up a loan.
It sounds like you want, karma to just fuck with them for the rest of their lives.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want karma just to fuck with them their entire lives. Or, to have wet socks every time.
Just, you want them to just be uncomfortable forever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I don't I don't wish death upon anybody. Like that's too easy. I just wish inconvenience and uncomfortability to anybody. I want the top of your butt crack to itch all the fucking time. Because you know what? You're an awful person.
That is a very specific bit of karma there.
Yeah, I want just the top of your butt crack.
We specialize in butt crack karma here on the Rubber Duck Syndicate.
That's the best kind of karma because it's gonna itch every time, and you want to scratch it. You might be in public. Oh, we're gonna talk about that too. Yeah,
you say that like that public butt scratching incident that we're both. What?
No, there was, folks.
Oh, you mean the Costco incident? Yeah. Oh, we were definitely going to talk about that. I have a segue into that, too.
Oh, we're in it right now.
Okay, well, yeah, this is also a great point to segue away from talking about child abuse on Nickelodeon, which we've been really needing to do for some time in this episode.
Yes, because we're trying to solve it.
Yeah.
It just kind of, hopefully it got solved right now in that, time period that we talked about.
So, speaking of abrupt segues, what's your favorite euphemism for fart?
My favorite are the one that I use often. There's
one.
Well,
we have time to spitball back and forth. You can name more than one.
Okay, so essentially, if someone is farting, I will say fart. My favorite alternate term for it is tooting.
Tooting?
Yeah, it's like somebody tooted.
If I'm being polite, I'll say breaking wind. Mm-hmm. But my all-time favorite is floating an air biscuit. Which there is some 80s slang that never should have gone away. Goodness.
Please free to use that.
Yeah, and my father's favorite was always shooting a rabbit.
Shooting a rabbit. Oh, another one is that I use is there's a duck somewhere.
Or did someone step on a duck?
Yeah, someone stepped on a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like,
in Boy Scouts when we were on camping trips and somebody would fart near the campfire, that would be blamed on a barking spider.
Wait, hold on. They were farting into the campfire?
No, around the campfire.
My God. I was like,
farting into the campfire is an inherently dangerous activity.
I was going to say,
we've all seen Blazing Saddles. We know not to do that.
I was like, what the fuck are they doing in Boy Scouts?
Some of the shit we got up to on camping trips is a miracle we came back with all of our limbs intact.
Yeah. Okay. So we now know our favorite euphemisms for farting.
Yeah.
Please tell the story.
So if your average ordinary single shot fart would be referred to as floating an air biscuit, we happened upon a gentleman in Costco this afternoon who would have made an air loaf. It was a 5-second long continuous release.
It was like a baker's dozen of biscuits.
Yeah, it was a lot, and like the man there was nothing you could tell, like by his body language that he knew it was happening and there was nothing he could do about it, so he just committed and went along with his day.
Yeah, it was very odd because, of course, Daniel and I were just having a conversation, talking, and this broke through the conversation.
Like a truck downshifting on the freeway.
We both heard it, like the initial start of it, and then heard the rest of the seconds of it.
Yeah, and from there on, no speech was necessary. We just looked at one another. We turned and went down the next aisle.
Yeah, we slowly backed away and went to another aisle, and then walked around the backside just so we wouldn't get crop dusted by what was left. Because this gentleman, I don't know if he had bowel issues or he just doesn't have like public decorum.
Yeah, I initially want to express sympathy for this man, because we don't know anything about him. It's entirely possible that this was outside of his control or even his awareness.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, this was a dude cutting at least a 5-second long like motorboat fart.
Yeah.
In public. And it was perfectly timed to be right next to the two of us.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, we won't tell you, it wasn't like right near us where like it can be affected. It was like, so if we were here, maybe he was maybe like 5 feet away. But enough and loud enough for us to hear it and recognize it was only this dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, if you've been to Costco, you know that it's always kind of crowded. It's always pretty much hopping. This dude was by himself. No one else was around us. So we knew it was him. We couldn't blame it on anyone else. It was definitely him. We were like, we couldn't believe it. Like,
we triangulated the signal and everything. Yeah, but just like on the one hand, very much sympathetic toward this man and any health issues he may have. On the other hand, this man released such a significant fart that we've been talking about it for about 4 minutes on our podcast. That is an epic fart.
But you know what's even greater? The viewers. You guys are watching us talk about someone else farting for at least a few minutes.
And at least one of you just farted right now.
Yeah, on command. Fart right now.
You say that like it's, not a thing, and not like it was a way that I asserted dominance over my roommates back in college.
Please don't tell me you were that person.
I did not use my powers for evil.
But you acknowledge you had powers to do it.
They did not believe that it was possible, and so like what do you mean it's not possible? It's not possible to fart on command, and then suddenly, for some reason, they all had to leave the room. Yes, I am inordinately proud of myself, and I am not ashamed.
You should feel some
I'm
shame.
a little ashamed.
Yeah, feel some shame about that.
I'm a little ashamed, but not nearly ashamed enough to not talk about it on a podcast.
True. Like, you feel a little ashamed, but you know what?
By the way, ladies, still single.
Yes. There is a little shame, but I'm also proud of you, too. So, you are a great man for having control over your sphincter to do that. Fart on command. I got you, babe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, could you do like different types of farts, or was it just like one solitary? Like,
well, I did not, like I said, I did not use my powers for evil, so I did not explore this particular talent to the point where I could, do tricks. Mm-hmm. It was just, it was an on or off situation. And so, and it is a talent I have left in my past because, now being a middle-aged man, it is not a talent worth risking.
I retired my powers for good.
Sometimes you have to hang up the guns.
I'm going to hang up this one shotgun.
We have a new metaphor, folks.
Oh, okay. Okay, I want to segue into something else.
Thank goodness.
So, folks, we came up, with the Rubber Duck Syndicate. Daniel and I have always talked about weird and odd shit. And as you kind of noticed...
I don't think we're weird.
I know we are. So it's slightly weird. Not weird enough where...
We're unusual and eccentric.
Okay, we'll go with that. If you want...
We're uncommon.
If you... You're going to treat us like, items in, like, Diablo 4? Like,
Bitch, I'm legendary.
You are not. Yeah, I said it. Believe it.
Okay, folks, this may be the last episode of the Rubber Duck Syndicate because one of us has to die now.
You're probably like, I don't want to say uncommon.
You never say that. That's like there's like one of the few like ironclad rules of society. You don't say that, and you never tell a dude he can't be James Bond. It's just against the law.
People have told many people they can't be James Bond.
And they were all wrong.
Okay. But you're not legendary. I wish you were. You're a little bit beyond uncommon.
This is not the end of this, folks.
You're beyond a little bit uncommon.
I'm epic, at the very least.
You're like...
I'm purple.
Yeah, I would say like you're a deep blue. You're almost into the purple, but you're like one of those like very, very like very exclusive blues.
You wound me.
I know I did. I'm here to hurt.
Yeah, you know what you are. You're cursed equipment.
I know. I'm drag everyone down. I'm here to hurt everyone. I have no powers that help. I'm just here to hinder.
Area of effect DOT.
Or DEI. That's why I'm here. I'm only on this podcast for DEI.
Racism.
Mm-hmm. But,
we all look alike to you, don't we?
Yep.
Neither one of us is going to break this time. This is absolutely ruining the pace of our podcast.
It really is, but it's going to be fantastic. Because we're going
Yes!
Yeah, give Daniel the small victory. But
I need all the validation I can get.
Well, for validation, we have this. Now, folks, like I mentioned...
One of our first jokes.
This was like, not even like our first joke. This was like joke, like, number 200.
This is like the first one given physical form.
Yes, okay. So, a while back, how this podcast came to be is Daniel and I will do improv. And oftentimes, like afterwards, we will talk about like some of the shows, some of the things that we did, what we liked, what we didn't like. But we also would have a conversation in the parking lot or anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, 2 hours. We would be there for a while just coming up with a lot of random shit.
Stuff that we probably should have thought of while we're actually on stage, but didn't.
True. So, one of the things, I have no idea how it came to be.
I remember. This was actually not in the parking lot. This was, we were grabbing dinner before the show, I think.
Okay.
At the Diamond.
All right.
And you came up with the topic, you were telling me about the coconut being the deadliest fruit. Because the coconut can fall from a tree and kill you. To which we have recently added the durian, which can also do the same thing.
Fucking scared.
So there's probably one or two other fruits that can fall from a tree and kill you. But, at the time, O made the assertion that the coconut was the deadliest fruit.
Yes.
And from there,
we thought of other deadly fruits. Now, we didn't think of the durian at that time, so we went the route of how you would think fruits would go. And the way that fruits will go, and I apologize for this.
I would also like to remind our audience that O is legitimately a gay.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I don't have a phone full of penises just for ha-has. It is because I am gay.
Which implicitly sets the stage for someone having a phone full of dick pics just for the joke.
There might be.
I don't know anyone who's that committed to the joke.
Well, you haven't met that person yet because you know why? They're legendary. Ha ha! Gotcha, bitch!
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All right. So, being that my mind thought of other deadly fruits. The first one I believe that came to mind was it Billy Porter?
It was Bruce Valanche with a machine gun.
Yes. Thank you. It was Bruce Valanche with the machine gun. We probably laughed for a solid 4 minutes, 5 minutes like solid laughter about Bruce Valanche with the machine gun. Now, if you don't know who Bruce Valanche is, he typically is on, like, I guess was on Hollywood Squares.
Well, that was, I'm sure he was on some version of it. Paul Lynde was the one most famously always in the center square, who was, he was another one on our eventual list of dangerous and deadly fruits.
Yes. So we kind of came up with some other various people who are identified in the LGBTQ community and gave them weapons.
Basically, gay celebrity plus weapon of destruction. Yeah, so that
we want to highlight those folks in this book. So Daniel took the liberty of, I guess you used AI at the time?
Yeah, and this was, early and I would argue harmless use of AI, even though I probably, killed a few trees by having the processing power run. But I have since, not succumbed to the allure of AI. I don't use it for everything. I know that I can't draw.
Yeah, and this was one from, I believe, this was pre-pandemic.
No, I don't think it was that far ago, was it?
It's been a few years.
Yeah, but I mean,
so it probably was.
It's been 5 years since the pandemic, though. So I think it was within the last 5 years.
Okay, so within the last 5 years, so you understand how far AI has come to creating these images. Now, this is like, you can kind of see who these people are.
Yeah, this is also not done, in photorealistic style. This is like paintings and things.
Yeah. So
we're going to edit in better pictures of this when we learn how to do that.
I do.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to have, showing up on screen any second now, reference pictures.
Like, right? So, like, if I'm holding this right here, so, hey, in the future, put these up. There you go. I'm going to talk over it while the pictures are being displayed.
Remember a trash can.
But also, Daniel's going to learn how to do this too, because I'm not going to be the one only doing the editing. But I'll try to just do some of that right now. You can see
absolutely nothing.
Probably absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely need to edit those in.
Yeah, we're gonna edit those in, but we'll go back and forth with it. So we have Liberace with the mace,
Paul Lynde with the bazooka,
and of course we have Bruce Valanche with the machine gun.
We have George Takei with a saber.
We have Sir Ian Michael McKellen with, what do you have? Pistol?
Yeah, I think it's an old pistol.
Yeah, he has a pistol.
We both need glasses now. That's Billy Porter with a flamethrower. It's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, that one was pretty great. Then we have Anderson Cooper with a chainsaw.
And Neil Patrick Harris with a baseball bat.
We have Elton John, I believe, with a knife.
Yeah, it's just like a big knife.
A big knife.
And then Jim Parsons with a katana. And I think that might be all of them.
Yeah, that was it so far. But what we do plan to do is to update this. To we use some of the stickers somewhere, but we also want to make this photorealistic. So we also could come up with some more deadly fruits.
Yes, and so we can open ourselves up to continued litigation from as many celebrities as possible.
Yeah, I want all the heat. I want all the smoke from the celebrities. Come at us. Make sure you say Rubber Duck Syndicate, so people know.
Mention how much you hate us, so that people will look us up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hate, love different things. I don't want that. I want the acknowledgement. I want the views. I want people to come and enjoy what we do.
Yeah, so we've just named 10 of these, at least 2 or 3 of whom are already deceased. But of the remaining living ones, at least one of them might think this is funny.
I would hope so.
Yeah, we're betting on statistical averages here.
I would think, I would bet on probably Sir Ian McKellen and probably, I'm going to say probably Sir Ian McKellen and George Takei. Those were my 2 guesses that they would enjoy.
To which we must say, oh my.
Oh my. Yeah, you have to be like, oh my.
Oh my. Yes. Everybody loves George Takei.
I think they would find it funny because, we're not making fun of the fact that they're, gay. We're just saying, hey, I guess kind of are. But it's saying, you're deadly with this weapon.
We are comparing your potential level of lethality with a saber to that of a coconut falling from a tree.
Yes. So,
Which I feel is absurd enough to not be offensive, I hope.
I think so. Like, I guess I feel, I guess it's my own personal feelings. It's not being, like, derogatory of, like, them being like, oh, you're this type of way and you're going to be like, no. I was like, we think of people like that.
It's all in good fun, folks.
It is. We're here for the fun. We're here for the ha-has. We're here to, try to make each other laugh. That's essentially, I think that's my goal. I'm not sure your goal is.
I think your goal is also to grind me down bit by bit.
Years of work, folks. Years of work. It's working.
And, what can I say? I probably deserve it.
Nah, you don't. You don't deserve it, but you get it.
As Clint Eastwood said, deserves got nothing to do with it.
Evil laugh.
Was that your evil laugh or your robot laugh? Or was that an evil robot laugh?
Yes.
And now we're back full circle to the beginning of our conversation. Speaking of, I guess that's the opposite of an abrupt segue. That's just, a natural callback. See, we're improv superstars.
Please don't say that.
No, we are not. We are...
I will say
we do improv.
I was like, we're improv enthusiasts. That's what we'll go with that, because I'm pretty sure, like, people among the improv community who would watch this, and probably none of our friends, or maybe one of our friends, Patrick will, but he will never be on the show.
Because, unfortunately, that's one of the rules we decided on when we first got started. So, it's out of our hands now, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but, like, his wife can be on here. She can be on here, but Patrick cannot.
I'm just going to wait for him to rappel to the ceiling one day while we're doing this.
He probably could, because I think he does work for the government. So he probably has access to some information like that where he's like...
What, how to rappel?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a government secret now.
It is. It could be.
They teach all of their forensic accountants how to do that.
First thing and first...
I mean, if anything we learned from those Ben Affleck movies...
Yes, the accountant...
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Like I need to get around to watching that, and because it seems so absurd, but it also seems like it makes sense. You're like, oh, this guy goes through your books to see like what the flaws are, and if they're flaws, he's like, I'm gonna call them out. Oh, you're dirty. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I guess that's how it works. Like, oh, you're off on your books. I'm gonna beat you up.
I don't think that was exactly the reason why he was doing the beating, but it led to some of the beating.
But what was the reason for the beating?
Well, so he found details that was because he was neurodivergent, so he had a gift and a compulsion to find patterns in the data and to complete projects like that. So that made him an excellent accountant. But he was also raised sort of off the grid by a semi-criminal kind of dad, and he did lots of accounting work for very dangerous, illegal people.
Uh-huh.
And so he had a reputation, and he learned how to take care of himself. And so if he was in a situation where he needed to fight, he was going to win. But he did not necessarily just beat people up for having lousy books. But if he uncovered a conspiracy and you tried to kill him for it, you were going to lose.
Gotcha. So he's essentially John Wick with a calculator.
And no puppy.
Oh. John Wick doesn't have a puppy also. Facts. That puppy got killed.
Yeah, just imagine how that movie would have gone if he had just gotten another puppy. It would have shown. It would have been like actually that would be possibly within Keanu Reeves' acting range as an experiment. Like they could do. It would have to be like an alternate universe sort of movie, but have like the same sort of setup, but instead of having him break apart his garage floor, get all his guns back out, and go on a monstrous killing spree for 4 movies.
5, I think
They're doing another one. Wow,
yeah.
I thought he died, didn't he? There's one that's like a spin-off of the John Wick movies.
Ballerina.
Now. Yeah, which I haven't seen yet. But if they did a movie where that happened to him, like he lost the love of his life, and then was like had trauma inflicted on him where he was like robbed and beaten and had his dog killed and his car stolen. But if he were to work through that and avoid falling back into the ways of being a killing machine, like if you were to show the like emotional and therapeutic growth, like I don't know who you would have to have somebody playing a really brilliant therapist that they could play off each other. That would be one of those great 2-person kind of small cast dramas, but you could definitely have a hell of a story that way.
So essentially, John Wick with the therapist.
Yeah, it's like John Wick, working through this stuff without actually killing people, because killing people apparently is great therapy. Because he seemed a lot happier at the end.
Oh man, if only I did that.
Yeah, but
where's my flamethrower?
Yeah, but the idea of somebody with a traumatic and dangerous past, learning to deal with that, especially after something really awful happened, like happened at the beginning of John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be an amazing acting challenge and directing challenge. It's like, I think you could make an excellent movie out of that. Unfortunately, it would have to be one of those kind of what if scenarios, because John Wick is already pretty well established as killing is good for him.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people who are doing him dirty, so like he keeps, I guess, going back because like it's his wife or love of his life died. Then he's minding his own business. He's doing his own thing.
He tried.
He tried
to get out, but they pulled him back in.
No, like he got pulled back in because some dickhead decided like, hey, I want your car. He's like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, I want your car. Instead of this, asshole just like going and then going to get another car, he decides to go rob John Wick, steal his car, and kill a puppy. So yeah, everyone that like is in his pathway deserves to.
Yeah, it's like one thing they did an excellent job of in John Wick, other than the like whole violent ballet of it all, is setting up the bad guys, the villains, as people that genuinely deserve the awful stuff that's coming to them. Like they make these to be absolutely irredeemable people.
Oh yeah. But
that's how revenge fantasies work. I mean, you can't have a good, solid, badass fight scene where one guy is going through and like mowing down dozens of bad guys, and like the bad guys are just security guards.
Yeah,
you have to have it established that there is unequivocally no reason to let these people live.
Yeah, because they're all murderers and people that just do bad shit, or drug dealers or whatever it may be, and they're typically like really bad. Like I just saw about somebody, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, who is apparently just a delightful human being.
Yes, he is fantastic, and prize boxer, I believe.
I hadn't heard that. I knew that his famous tattoos, like the big tattoo on his chest of the dancing woman.
Yes,
that's his tattoo. That is not a prop. He is in every movie with that tattoo.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he has a clause in his contract saying that like if he plays a bad guy in any type of movie where he's like a bad dude, drug dealer, or whatever it is, he has a clause in his contract like, hey, I need my character to die.
Yeah, I think you told me that a few months ago, which is a really cool thing to have.
Yeah, hopefully that is not repeated information.
Yeah. We've discovered that we repeat ourselves in our conversations a lot. So we're really hoping that statistically we only record the conversations once.
Yes.
Even though we've probably had this conversation 4 times and are only remembering it now.
But hopefully this is new information to some of the people out there. But like, he has a thing in his contract where he's like saying, like, if I play a drug dealer or a bad guy, if I'm doing something wrong to the main character, my character needs to die. Like, I don't want them to just go to jail. I don't want them to just, be like shot and walk away. Like, no, they need to die to show that people like, hey, if you're bad, you do not deserve to, carry on.
Now, it's risky because he's in one movie that I saw recently. I've already forgotten the name of it. It was kind of a lower budget indie kind of movie. Mm-hmm. But the premise was he was sort of a reformed bad guy. He got out of prison where he was put for doing bad things. But then he was called upon to use his skills as a bad person to save some people who were being, like some evil warlord type character was like threatening them and he was going to kill them to take their land.
Yeah.
And so he became the defender. So very like that storyline has been solidly explored. But This one, he decided he needed help, and there happened to be a witch involved, a bruja, a shaman. And so, just by the by, he was able to raise his old gang from the dead, and they were zombies.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually far more entertaining than you would expect. It's I won't say that it's a good movie, but it's definitely worth a watch.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to talk about two different movies that have two different things. Like, so one we just watched all of 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Hot Shots Part 2.
And another one is with Danny in it. And it's probably one of his, I won't say his greatest movies, but one of the ones where, like, I was surprised that he was in it. Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy, yes. Bubble Boy. The whole concept of that movie, it's like a slow burn trick. It's like you watch this movie and it starts off innocently, a little bit goofy, strange enough, and by 2/3 of the way through the movie, if you just stop for a moment and describe exactly what you're watching and how you got to that point, it sounds like absolute madness.
It is,
but it made perfect sense until you got to that point.
Yeah, because if you're watching this movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, you're watching this and you're like, what kind of madness is this? Folks, this was early 2000s movie madness, where early 2000s movies were essentially somewhat unhinged.
It's the Wild West movie.
It was completely wild, folks. But in this movie, like, yeah, he's in a bubble. Essentially, they say, like, oh, this child needs to be contained in this bubble, otherwise, because he has
no immunities.
Yeah, he has no immunities. So he needs to live in this bubble, and his parents just cater to all this, saying that he can't leave the bubble, he can't go anywhere, and he just decides he needs to leave because the love of him.
Yeah, he's chasing after the girl.
Yes, he chases after the girl, and needs to get to the other side of the country. Please watch it.
It is a master class in just brilliantly absurd storytelling.
Yes. Now, if you're the age of drinking, I would say, like, I'm not even sure what parts to say, like, they can drink to, but I would say if you're or the age of drinking and you can drink while watching this movie, do that. If you live in a state or a country where grass is legal, I would say partake in that too, and watch Bubble Boy. But I'm also going to recommend another movie that we watched, Hot Shots Part 2. You don't need to watch Hot Shots Part 1, but I would recommend watching it too because they're both hilarious. And I forgot how funny Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah, they are the pinnacle of 90s slapstick comedy.
Yes.
And some of them have like jokes that you need like multiple generations to explain.
Yeah, the one with the Lloyd Bridges.
Yeah, there's a sea hunt joke in there that I only know because my father explained to me what sea hunt used to be, and we're gonna let you look that up.
Yeah, you go ahead and look that up, but I didn't know what it was until you told me.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe. But
and yeah, ask your parents to explain what that is too. We are so old.
We are, but it's fine. We're still here. I enjoy that fact because there are some people that really, really dislike their age. They're like, oh no, I'm 40. I was like, who the fuck cares? Like, you're 46. Okay, you're 53. Who cares? Oh, I'm 37. Shut the fuck up.
In a row?
Thank you, sir. That's why I said 37.
I figured.
Yeah. But so many people are caught up on their age and just being how old or young they are. It's like, just exist. Just be yourself and do stuff that that excites you and you enjoy. And,
to the degree that it is legal to do so.
Thank you, Daniel. That's why I said if you're able to, if you are at the age of drinking, or if grass is legal where you are in that state or country.
Yes, we are not advocating for illicit substances, but if you should be legally able to, partake in them, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would say if, go back, rewind to the beginning of this, then partake in whatever you can, legally.
Yeah, we're much more entertaining if you're on mind-altering substances, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
that goes
opium.
without saying.
Okay, but no, like people get so caught up on their age. I'm like, I don't care. Like no one like, and we had this discussion before. The amount of people that care about what you're doing and things that are going outside your life, it's hard to say. It's kind of minimal. There are people that care about you. There are people that care. There are people that love you. But overall, you think someone is going to critique your, what your wardrobe is, what your lifestyle is, whatever it is. There's not a lot of people that are going to be doing that.
I always, missay the quote, but it's something like, you would spend so much less time worrying what other people think of you when you finally understand how little they do.
Yeah, and that I can rock with that. Mm-hmm. So, I would say just be yourself all the time. Be whatever you can legally. Yeah.
So just trying to okay, what? Yeah, I guess there are things that it's illegal to be. Usually, it's things that are illegal to do. But
yeah, if you.
Well, there are things that if you do these things, it makes you into something that you are the kind of person that does those things. Yeah. So use your discretion, folks.
Yeah, please use your discretion and just
also consult your local laws.
Okay.
They said it was cool to do it on the podcast.
Don't put us in this.
We're already in this.
Oh God, they're going to come after
We're
us.
internet celebrities now. I assume that by the time this episode comes out, that everyone knows who we are and loves us.
Yes, I hope so too. And at any point, Patrick is going to rappel through the roof.
We have to reinforce the ceiling.
Okay, we're going to leave before that happens, folks.
Now seems like an excellent time to make our daring escape.
Yes. Have a good one.
Goodbye, everybody.